So today I'm going to use my freshly made lox to make homemade sushi. Now, it would sort of be like an abomination in Japan to use lox to make sushi because essentially it is raw fish sushi. But, you know, in the United States we're taking some liberties like deep fried sushi and putting cream cheese in sushi and all sorts of things. Also, when you're making sushi at home, you have to be super careful to use sushi grade, extremely fresh fish. It should not at all smell fishy. So I'm really careful about that. So when I make sushi at home, I'll usually use surimi, which is like the fake crab meat because I don't eat shellfish, or lox, or I'll do a vegetarian California roll. Today I'm going to do a lox California roll. Now, the essential components are the nori sheets, which you can buy in a lot of chain supermarkets nowadays, or health food stores, or specialty stores. I have my strips of fish. I have my sushi rice prepared as seen in previous video. And for the vegetables, usually the California rolls have avocado and thin strips of cucumber. However, all my avocados are mushy, so I'm going to be using some steamed carrots that I plunged in cold water after they were steamed. The mini cucumbers work great. They're just the right length, and you cut them in spears. And some scallions will work nicely. Then I have a small dish of water. I find this very helpful because your hands get kind of sticky when you're working with the rice. And I have wasabi sauce, which is optional. Now in Japan they use wasabi powder. It comes in a small container, and you mix it with water to make the traditional wasabi you'll find in the restaurant sushi. But however, this is often more readily available, and it works very nicely. So what I did first is I toasted the nori. What you do is you have a low flame on the gas stove, and you just wave it over like that. Now this should not at all be done by children, that step. And you should be very careful. You're not alighting the nori, you're just putting it over. And you can also skip that step, it's okay too. Now, you don't want to overfill your sushi or it's just going to pop apart. So you're going to take first maybe like half a handful of rice. You're going to make a row about a half an inch from the edge. Again, it's good at this point, before you start, not like what I did, to actually dip your hands in the cold water. Okay, and you're going to press it nicely. Everything should be firm with sushi so that it stays in place. You're going to sort of just pat it down. Now, a lot of people will feel it's very daunting to make homemade sushi, but it's a matter of learning the technique. And once you learn the technique, you're gold. It's great. You can do it so many times and you'll save tons of money. I'm putting strips of the lox down. Again, you don't want to overfill it. And then I'm putting a bit of wasabi. My kids actually don't like it, so I won't make all of the sushi with wasabi. A couple of strips of cucumber, scallion, and carrots. Now this is sort of like my little method. I noticed them doing it in the sushi restaurant, that the chefs sometimes coat the bamboo mat. You can get this, Joyce Chen makes it, you can get it like at the supermarket in the Asian food aisle really easily. It's not expensive. Bed Bath & Beyond has them. And that's reasonable. So if you put the plastic over your mat, it saves your mat. And I have like my own little technique how it helps me make the sushi stay cohesive. And then you're going to pick up your mat and make sure you have this like 1-inch margin. And you're going to fold over and like really press it tight. And you're going to press and hold. Sort of go all along and hold. Lift and roll it along. Sort of like if you've ever done a jelly roll. Now again, take your mat, cover it, and press. Now what this does, I love it, because I'm not eating it right away. I wrap it up and I'll stack them in a baking pan and I'll refrigerate them. And it helps everything sort of stay cohesive until you're ready to serve. When you're ready to serve, you just cut in 1-inch slices and serve, if you're lucky enough to have a jar of pickled ginger, your gluten-free soy sauce, and extra wasabi on the side. So enjoy your very easy homemade sushi, and good luck. For more recipes, check out www.theglutenfreemaven.com. And I'd like to thank Rosie, who's unfortunately homesick today, for being my camera woman. Thank you, Rosie.